Okay. Well, it looks as though that I am live now. Make sure everything's checking out. There we go. Okay. Looks like we are good. Just a little bit laggy. Okay, so what I got today. This is the first live I've ever done. Just figured I'd start doing these a little more consistently. It would be probably Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll probably start doing these. And my main focus with these lives is to essentially start talking to you live with some of the stuff that I've learned. As a lot, I guess, I don't know, like who follows me as far as subscription goes on YouTube, but what I do for a living right now is I run the media and the social media for my church here in Lincoln, Nebraska, Elevate Church. If you if you want to see some of the work that I've done, if you're curious about it, you can go on the Instagram, also the podcast, Two Mics with Two Mics. I do everything for that too. I just got a camera, so forgive the older photography, but I just got a new camera, so the photography should be a lot better. I'm still learning some of the photo editing software, and it's not really necessarily like my forte as far as like editing goes. I'm decent in video editing. I've learned. I'm constantly learning. I use CapCut as a video editor, and I am. I'm decent in video editing, and I am okay in photo editing. I just started doing photo editing, so that's still something that I'm learning and getting used to. And there's obviously people that are much better at it than I am. So a lot of this stuff I also like to outsource. You know, my ideal team would be, we got 3 people, 4 people, whatever it would be. But I'm a people person, so that's kind of where my strengths are. And I also, for me, I feel like I have an eye for like what photos and what videos should look like, kind of what looks good. A lot of the stuff I've used in the past is Canva, and you can even edit photos on Canva too. So if you're just looking to like get into it, if you're looking to dip your hand into it, you can do a lot of stuff for free on Canva. So how I started out was actually with my phone. So it was literally all my phone. And I would go around, I just got like a stabilizer holder for my phone. And I would just go around and I'd go around and take photos and videos with my phone, but I was pretty limited in that. And then I had some people come and show me a little bit better way, and we bought some equipment since then. So it's been constantly increasing, but I do have a micro degree in social media strategy. That's kind of what I like. I like the overall, like, hey, how can I help you increase in all of these areas? I love strategy. implementing it is a little bit harder. I enjoy telling people how to implement it. And this is really the first time where I've been in depth and like, we're going to implement these things. And I really haven't honed down the strategy for the church yet. Just because I'm still juggling a lot of different things. I run, just for the church stuff, I run 3 Instagram pages. I run a YouTube page, 2 YouTube channels, and so and then Facebook, which is just kind of integrated into Instagram. But I kind of do it all, and so I'm still trying to hone in all of it to get the strategy down, to really figure out like, where do I need to be as far as strategy goes. Like, I have honed down what days to post. For example, on Instagram, there's times where if you make a post, it's more effective in this certain time, depending on what your audience is, just because they're more active and they're more likely to see it. And if you make a reel, it's different, because the reel will go to this audience, and these people that are on reels will see it at this certain time. So I don't know. I'm still trying to hone that in. I've gotten like, I need to make a post on this day, and this day, which really is the important part. As long as, especially for businesses and churches and stuff, to be present online. That's the biggest thing. It's like, get good photos, get good videos, and be present. Like, show what you have to offer, be present, be someone that people can trust. So basically the purpose of the video today is talking about the importance of the social media in small businesses, for like entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, small business owners, people who own a business that's been just consistent. I hear a lot of that, especially in Nebraska, is like, a business will stay the same. Like, guys who are like, oh, I've owned such and such service business or automotive business. I've owned it for 15 years. And it's like, when you look at, if they talk about their revenue or what they make, they say, oh, I make this much a year. And it's the same amount every year. So it's not that they're growing. They're just like, I can do this much work in this much time. I'm going to stay consistently throughout the entire year after year. And the purpose of social media and the importance of it would be to eventually grow into that. And there's much more different areas that also have to grow along with it. It's not just social media. By no means I'm not saying that you start posting on social media and all of a sudden you'll go from 500,000 a year to 2.5 million a year. That's not what I'm saying. That comes along with growth, but you might go from, let's just say, 500,000 to the next year, you get the 10 extra jobs that you wouldn't have normally got. And these people are like, oh, I saw you on this platform. You got my business because of this. And the importance of that is, you may make, let's just say, if you're a really small business, you may make, if you're doing $300,000 of revenue a year, it may go up to $400,000 of revenue just by posting on social media consistently. And it may cost somebody, let's just say somebody like me, it may cost you $20,000 a year of your marketing budget or whatever it may be to put that out. And the potential profit you get from it is an extra $30,000 a year. Let's just say 50,000 is the cost of the expenses from that revenue. So, you make an extra 30,000 by just paying somebody like, hey, can you start posting normally? And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be, I just did a podcast about this, and it can be like, I don't know. I used to build fences, and so like they do social media pretty well, and they do a lot of pictures just because it's owner operator. They're out on the field constantly, And so they take a lot of pictures like, hey, here's a new hire that we got. Here's a crazy cool fence that we just installed. Just stuff like that. Just being out there like consistently, hey, this is what we do. If you own a car repair shop, take a quick picture of a car. Or you say, hey, my shop specializes in restorations. Well, there's a lot of hobbyists out there that may not use your shop for everything, but they will use your shop for certain things that they don't want to do. Like if it's body work, let's just say they are really good at putting the frame on and putting the body on and then painting it and whatever. But what they hate doing is filling in all those rust spots. You know, if you got to weld it in or fill it in with Bondo, whatever it is, they hate doing that. They may go around looking and be like, you know, do I pay a friend, whatever? But if they see that your site has a post on it that said, hey, here's how you fill this in with Bondo. Here's how you do a simple weld for this body style. And it doesn't even have to be pictures of your shop. It can just be your logo on 4 different pictures that are like step-by-step on how to fix your body panel. And it's just a slide that has stock images off of the internet that somebody else made. Let's just call them nerds. Some nerd made he sends the information. They ask you, how do you do this? And you say, oh, all you have to do is this, this, and this. And then they just go online, grab footage from the internet that doesn't have anything to do with you. And they put out a post that says, here's a quick 5-step process to fill in your body panel, whether you're welding it or doing Bondo. Step 1, you do this. Step 2, you do this. Step 3, you do this. Step 4, do this, blah, blah, blah. Last slide is just like, if you have any more questions, DM us or give me a call out, blah, blah, blah. Somebody might see that, and it may not be a ton of people, but somebody might see that is interested in that, and they think, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I need something like this. He has given me limited information, but it's information that's helped me. I wonder if he would be willing to do the entire thing. And then all of a sudden, it's just making a simple post that explains to somebody, this is how you do it step by step. This person is now your customer because they're like, I'm going to try this person out because I saw what they had on social media and now I trust them. That's kind of the big thing with social media. It's trust. That's the biggest one. Excuse me. So, yeah, it's if you're not on social media, I would highly recommend it. And this may be something I consider in the future as far as an extra service goes. Just doing the simple stuff. A lot of people, for example, I don't even know how many small businesses are out there. Let me look it up quick because there's a ton of small businesses. Yeah, there you go. Baby boomer generation accounts for an estimated 2.3 million small businesses. That was on Forbes, so I don't know how accurate it is, but let's just say it's over 10 million. It's over 1 million. It says they employ 25 million people. So let's just say there's over 1 million small businesses out there. And the baby boomer generation is this older generation where they are looking to retire, they are looking to get out of the business, but they want to get, if they are selling the business, they want to get top dollar for the business too. Now they see stuff like this. They see stuff like this, like social media, they hear about it, and it's very intimidating. It's intimidating for me still, to go on platforms that I'm not used to. For example, I'm doing live on YouTube because for me, I learned everything on YouTube. I start scrolling on Instagram, and TikTok is still just like dances and entertainment. Instagram is a lot of entertainment, but it also has some information as far as my feed goes. But everything I learned was like long form YouTube videos. So I'm going live on YouTube because that's where I learned everything from. But it's intimidating for me to see, like, you can go live on TikTok, you can go live on Instagram, you can go live on Facebook. There's 1,000 different things that you can go live on. That is it's very intimidating for me. So there's a sorry, my pastor just walked in. But even that's intimidating for me, and I'm like young. I'm technically the first year of Gen Z. So there's these business owners that are they're just intimidated by it. There's Twitter. I'm never on Twitter. I'm never, like, I post on TikTok, but I'm not like looking to strategy or grow that or at all. It's mainly like YouTube is my thing. I love YouTube. So imagine how they feel when they see, like, hey, there's 10 different platforms that are all super popular that you can make a bunch of money on, and like some young person comes up to them and says, you need to be on all of them. That's not what I'm saying. It is intimidating, but there's all these businesses that don't have that. So all I would, like, my main focus, my main offer would be to be present on these platforms, the platforms that matter to you, and the platforms that matter to your customers and to your business. That would be the focus. So it's just, people get the analysis paralysis, and they're scared to go on any platforms because they think they have to be on all platforms, which isn't true. There's businesses that are made off of one single platform. There are people that I've seen that have, for example, there's a preacher who, he has a following on Instagram, like 30,000 or something like that, but his YouTube is like 3 million. It's huge, just a huge amount of subscribers on one platform. And then he has some subscribers on other platforms, but his focus is on YouTube. That's where all the value is. He took to one thing, stuck to it, grew on there, and that was his biggest one. And that's what a lot of small businesses and a lot of older businesses that are still small but owned by the older generations, they just don't have any of that. They have a website, they have some trucks, especially in like the home services, when you're looking at plumbing, heating, air conditioning, even automotive, lawn care, stuff like that. There's like, it's just a fairly successful business. It's consistent, but there's just no social media presence, and it could grow if there was a presence. Even companies that, let's just say they sell office equipment, or they sell like certain products, that just by posting and giving out information and giving out value, you can build a customer base that'll keep coming back to you because they trust you and they know you. They feel like they know you, because social media, that's the new way to get to know people. And just by doing basic posts that give value, you can grow your customer base, you can retain your customer base for longer, and you can branch out into like exponential growth into other areas. You know, if you use like, there's people who get famous for their business for like landscaping, and they're like, I just installed this $30,000 landscape piece, and then somebody messages them because they are so popular and their video blew up, and they're like, hey, I want you to do $100,000. What can you do? And that's where you get that growth. That's where you get that that exponential growth and multiplication in your business. And I'm not saying it's going to be like that all the time, but that's just what is important, is just being there and being present. Somebody that when they look you up, they can also look you up on a platform and be like, oh, this is what they do. You know, I see their website. I don't know if I trust them. Like, their website looks okay, but I see some reviews and like, okay, that's fine. But like, what do they look like? And then you go on their social media and it's like, hey, this looks really professional. they sound really nice. All they're doing is giving out content, and then boom, instantly people will trust you. So yeah, that's pretty much the importance of that, of social media. I'll definitely go live more talking about it because it's just something I'm very passionate about. Um, I'm very much into. I very much like social media and all the strategy and growth behind it. So yeah, that is about it. If you guys, if anybody, if you are a small business owner and you want more information on this, you can comment under this video. Just comment your question, or you can find me at Jonah Hughes Official on so I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Those are my three mains. And then I'm on TikTok too, but that's just like I just want to be there because that's what's growing. So yeah, you can either DM me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can just comment under this video if you see this, and I'll give you any answers that I have. I'll help you out in any way that I can. If you're looking to do some business deal or anything, just let me know what you have in mind, and we'll see how we can provide value to each other. So with that being said, I am signing off today. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, I know it's my first one, so I didn't expect any viewers on it, which is totally fine. I'm just going to keep coming back, and we'll keep growing this. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet, check out Side Hustle Central Podcast, and then go follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Jonah Hughes Official. I do a lot of eBay selling too, so I make a lot of videos about that. It's just side hustles, stuff like this, and